PFCS, Palantir Federated Cloud Services. Earlier today, Palantir was up 5% pre-market. We're hit with this massive news that I'm going to explain to you. And of course, in no other than Palantir fashion, we are now down 1% in normal trading hours. Go fucking figure. Palantir achieved something called a Fed ramp, and a Fed ramp for impact level 4 and impact level 5 while deploying Palantir software on Microsoft Azure. Now, you might have heard of Microsoft working with Palantir, or Palantir working with Microsoft, Palantir working with Google, Palantir working with Amazon, Palantir working with a bunch of other cloud service providers. Palantir is cloud agnostic, and Palantir allows to build software on any cloud provider. By doing this, if you're using one cloud provider, you can always jump to another cloud provider, and essentially you're going to be good. You're not stuck using just one cloud provider. Palantir essentially is decentralizing cloud usage. For all intents and purposes, anybody that's using that specific cloud service now has access and exposure to Palantir. So in general, this is fantastic. And in the commercial sector, this has been going great. Palantir keeps expanding. With this Fed ramp approval, now any agency, not a specific agency, but any agency that's cleared for impact level 4 and impact level 5 can now have access to Palantir. Palantir built on top of Microsoft Azure, which is absolutely phenomenal because now you have more departments and sub-departments that are going to hear about Palantir. This is a huge, huge increase of exposure throughout the entire United States government. Because although Palantir does have mega contracts with mega branches of the United States government, there are always sub-branches and sub-branches and of course many departments that Palantir does not work with. So this is an absolutely massive achievement. I'm going to read you the publication in just a moment. Remember, Palantir is planting seeds. Palantir is going to keep expanding. This is just for level 5 and level 4. We still have impact level 6. Now, you might have heard of Palantir working with Microsoft, or you might have heard of Palantir's name with Microsoft and Amazon, because Palantir, Microsoft, and Amazon are the only 3 companies that have impact level 6 clearance. If you think about it, that's a massive achievement. People are going to laugh and say, hey, Palantir is a meme, and I agree with you. I mean, having impact level 6 clearance, one of only 3 companies, the other 2 companies being over $1 trillion companies, is not as impressive as having a 3 for $10 sale in Bed Bath & Beyond where you can get really cool soap. I know, it's not as impressive. And of course, if you want to watch that matinee movie at AMC Dine-In Theater, well, getting a discount on mid-afternoon movies is absolutely more impressive than getting impact level 6 clearance at the United States federal level. This is the publication that came out earlier today. Palantir and Microsoft expand cloud partnership to the public sector. Palantir Technologies today announced that Palantir Federal Cloud Services, PFCS, achieved FedRAMP authorization and accreditation to support workloads at the U.S. Department of Defense for impact level 4 and 5 on Microsoft Azure. This is the kicker right here. The new milestone enables U.S. government customers and industry partners to access Palantir and Microsoft secure, integrated, enterprise-grade capabilities in both Microsoft Azure government and Azure commercial environments. Guys, this is massive news. Besides for working within the United States government, now expanding to many more departments and sub-departments, this allows for an on and off ramp of working with also commercial clients that work with certain government agencies and sub-agencies on Microsoft Azure. This is huge news. Now, of course, the price does not reflect all of the amazing things that's happening with Palantir, and that's one of the main reasons why we invest in Palantir. Now, it's easy to point fingers and laugh, although a lot of people are actually up on Palantir. A lot of people that ended up buying at $6 and $7 are really happy they got in when they did. For us OGs, we're a little bit of bag holders, and that's okay because I believe that since I'm DCAing, eventually I'm going to make my money back and a shit ton more. At the end of the day, everyone laughs and say, hey, Palantir is not special. It's not a big deal. It's just a meme. It's not like I woke up this morning and I made up an article that Palantir achieved the highest level of clearance within the United States government, right? It's not like I just made this shit up. We are literally doing things. We are planting seeds. Now, I know it sounds repetitive and sounds like a broken record, but the fact of the matter is, Palantir truly is growing. Growth takes time. It's not overnight. It is a long game. If Palantir wasn't doing what they're doing on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, signing up contracts, making partnerships, achieving clearance, doing interviews, speaking to heads of states in the United States as well as our allies abroad, speaking and getting praised by the largest corporations in the world, then I would have quit on Palantir a long time ago. But because Palantir is doing what they do, they actually walk the walk. They don't just bullshit talk. I'm invested in Palantir. Yes, the price is down. Yes, it sucks. But no, Palantir is not standing still. And if you understand the vision of Palantir, and if you track Palantir on a daily basis, like I do fanatically, and many of us other Palantir community members, then you understand that Palantir is building something much larger than today. Palantir is building a better future of tomorrow, not just for me and you, but our next generation, our kids, our children. I do believe that Palantir is going to be needed to secure America's future. I'm not being over dramatic. I might be right, I might be wrong, but I'm giving you my honest opinion and I'm thinking out loud. America has not lost yet, and America is not exactly losing yet. But there was never a question of yet. There was never a question of America can lose superiority. This is the first time in over 100 years or so that it's questionable America's future. And as America's future is questionable, I believe that Palantir is going to become more valuable. As there's going to be fear that leads to extreme fear, I believe Palantir's worth is going to be from great to extraordinary, unavoidable, and 100% needed. This milestone expands Palantir's and Microsoft's strategic partnership from the private sector to the public sector, bringing the best-in-class cloud components to the federal marketplace. We're aiming to support Impact Level 6 through multiple cloud service integration. Remember, Palantir is decentralizing cloud uses. Palantir is cloud agnostic, which means if you build on one cloud, before it was nearly impossible to switch to another provider. But now that possibility is very much real and will get even easier in the future. And I quote, with the successful completion of FedRAMP and IL4 and 5 accreditation on Microsoft Azure Commercial and Azure Government, Palantir and Microsoft are prepared to bring the best-in-breed solutions to the federal government, said Akash Jain, President, Palantir USG. And I quote again, leveraging lessons from our partners in the commercial sector, we are looking forward to delivering innovation on behalf of the most important U.S. government mission on an accelerated timeframe. Today's announcement represents an inflection point in our partnership that will benefit our public sector stakeholders. We look forward to launching these joint ventures with our federal partners. And I quote again, with Palantir Federal Cloud Services FedRAMP authorization on Microsoft Azure, defense organizations have even more solutions available to them to meet their critical mission needs, said Wes Anderson, Vice President of Defense, Microsoft Federal. Our focus continues to be on building up our partner ecosystem to accelerate innovation and provide trusted, flexible, and advanced cloud solutions for national security missions. This is from the official U.S. General Services Administration from the U.S. government. The Federal Risk and Authorization Management Program, aka FedRAMP, is a government-wide program that provides a standardized approach to security assessment, authorization, and continuous monitoring for cloud products and services. FedRAMP empowers agencies to use modern cloud technologies with emphasis on security and protection of federal information that helps accelerate the adoption of secure cloud solutions. It's actually funny because as I was making this video and before I got to my desk, one of my peoples called me. He's actually into stocks, one of my brokers. And we started talking about Palantir, and he says Palantir absolutely dumped after a golden cross because of Jim Cramer. Shout out to my boy. I don't want to mention his name. Let's call him Mr. M. And listen, these are your opportunities. You have this amazing news that Wall Street is definitely not understanding that's flying under the radar. Up 5% pre-market, down 5% of making this video. Now we are currently under $8 a share. I wanted to buy so badly when Palantir was $8.50, but I have some reserves and I'm going to wait. If Palantir goes down below $8, I'm going to be buying more Palantir. At the end of the day, you could do three things. You can buy more on the dips, you could sell, or you can stay here and do absolutely nothing. The choice is yours. But one thing that's for certain that you must do is two things. Keep it clean in between because hygiene is very important, and click on this video so you get a lot more information, entertainment, and education. Thank you very much and have a great day.